Hey Joey, here is the PS5 of my friend's brother, which was taken out by a power surge due to a storm. The console beeps, but no lights or display. It's of great sentimental value, and I know it would mean the world to him if you could fix it. Big shout out to Damien. Damien, I really hope that I'm able to fix this PS5 for your friend. Damaged caps, I really hope so. It would be amazing to have a nice, simple job, wouldn't it? It would be so nice to have a good, simple job. A nice blown capacitor or something like that. Is it ever as simple? No, it's not. Oh, yeah, this needs a bit of bubble wrap and stuff inside to save it from shaking around lots when we send it back. But that is definitely something we can do. Here we go. PlayStation 5 has been opened before. No. Ooh, we are being treated today. Let's see if it turns on. Ready? 3, 2, 1. We get a beep. Quick beeps, you know. I'm going to confidently say I have never had that before. I've never had quick, excessive beeps like that. Usually it's like a blue light on and it's a beep and then it's a slow beep and it takes about 5 seconds for the beep to go again. I've never had a beep, beep, beep when I'm pushing the power button. That's really interesting. Little things like that is good to take note of in case you come across them in the future, you know. Quick beep is a dead fuse, apparently. That's a great sign that it's caps. Ooh, okay. This is a 1200 series, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 1216A. You can usually tell by straight away the small sticker that we have here. It's not been opened before, so the chances of me being able to actually fix it tenfold through the roof. This is so clean. Okay, everything looks pretty good here. We still obviously have the shielding on. Let's just remove these antenna cables now. Right, do we have anything that jumps out at us straight off the bat that would indicate some sort of damage? Now, if it's lightning damage, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the usual culprit is something like the USB ports and the 5 volts that goes through this area, which is the caps on the back. So what I might do is I might quickly measure for voltage and see if I get the 5 Vs here, because I think if it is going to be a lightning strike, I am more inclined to think it's going to be 5 volts, just from experience. And they said storm, right? So let's see if that is the case. It could just be a dead power supply, so I might not even get the fact that I get a beep. I think I get 12 volts because I don't think it would even attempt to beep without the 12. Let's see if our multimeter is going to play up today or not. Let's see if this has got 12 Vs, which I think it will. Let's have a look. It's definitely going to have 12 volts. Yeah, so we got 12. I think we're going to miss 5. Here we go. Do we have 5? Would you look? We have 5. Do we have 3.3? We got 3.3. Interesting. So technically, we have a lot. I think we just try and diagnose and see if I can find a short on the board. I think that's probably going to be our next best bet. Liquid metal seems to be absolutely fine. Can we see anything straight off the bat? I don't think we can, right? I can't see anything necessarily that's jumping out at me to say, oh, I've been hit. No, it looks okay. And we've already seen the front of the board, which is this side. Okay. Let's move this to the side. Let's go on the microscope then. Put the multimeter into continuity mode so I can measure for shorts. I'm actually going to zoom the scope out a little bit so I've got some more space to work with my hands. That seems to be okay. Ooh, I mean, there's a little bit of discoloration on the HDMI chip. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the numbers in the middle look a little bit dark to me. Let me just measure here on these caps. 600, 600, 600. Whoa, whoa, whoa! No shot, is it? Yeah, it is. Let's go. We found it pretty much straight away. It's going to be the HDMI chip. Wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The fact that I said it just looks a little bit shot. You guys have just seen me open this up live. I had no idea. It's literally just zapped the HDMI encoder. Get a little bit closer. You can't even really tell. I think I can maybe see a little bit more clear in real life. It's just a little bit discolored. Not by much, but just a little bit. It just caught my eye. How did you know just from looking it was shot? It looks a little bit discolored. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I don't know if, can you see it there? Can you see where so the chip that I'm looking at, by the way, is here. Can you see that some of the numbers are slightly missing? That's how I could tell. I think it's just more so an experience thing, right? I've worked on hundreds of these. Not specifically many lightning strikes ones, but I just kind of had a little bit of an inkling as to where to look, and I could just see that the chip itself was a bit shot. Now listen, I'll be honest, I might replace this and it might not work. So let's get this replaced first before I start talking. This sort of repair is what we would call a holy grail in the repair shop. This is a holy grail. You'd get a repair like this, you'd be like, we've won for the day. Simple as that. We'd be like, lovely, jubbly. Yeah, let's hope that this is the only damage. Correct. Yeah, when I take this off the board, hopefully that removes the short. We have a high potential that it might not. And is it going to be the only short on the board? There's that to consider as well, right? Now, I can't remember. I think I took a couple of those chips off board, so I don't even know if I've got one on a board. To actually get this off, I'm going to go with 480 to remove it from the board. How's the chip smell? No, it doesn't smell at all. So 480 degrees Celsius, 99% airflow. This is coming off. I have to use very wide grip tweezers here, by the way. There we go. Now, whilst the board is hot, I am just going to put this other chip on and we'll measure for shorts. Can replace the solder in this circumstance. I don't like to do that personally. There's nothing wrong with the unleaded that's on the board, as long as you can get a good enough alignment and drop. So for example, if I just kind of hang it around about there or so, wait for the solder to solidify. Oh, it wasn't even. Was it down? Try again. Right now I think the solder is connected with the chip. Yep. And now I'm going to come in with some flux, a tiny bit of flux, not even too much. Okay? We don't want to use that much flux. This is how much flux I'm going to use. Ready? That's it. You might be like, Joey, you didn't even put any flux on the board. Wait for it. So I'm going to reduce the temp now to about 450. Same airflow speed. And what we should see, hopefully I've used enough flux, is that the flux will go underneath the chip and reach all areas of the chip. Can you see it? And this chip should jump into place. That might need a little bit of a helping hand. I think that looks good. Well, that solder is wet. I'm not too sure if it's connected. I haven't pushed down because I'm going to see what it looks like before I push on the chip. Sometimes you get away with it. You don't have to do that. Other times you do need to do that. So let me just have a look in a sec. Wait for it to cool down. Do I need to push this down? Let's get it in focus. Looks pretty good to me, that side. This side. Looks really good. This side. And I haven't even changed the solder, guys. Remember that. Looks good. Final side. Also looks really good. I have no need to push on this chip. I have no need to push it down. So that's our chip soldered. And fun fact, I took that from quite an old board that I've had in my donor pile. And this is the thing. Some of these boards I've written off because I've not been able to fix, but then they go on to fix other devices. If I was to do this repair in a shop, this HDMI chip is rather expensive. It might be a £90 to £100 repair or so. Port needs change now. Not necessarily. I don't think so. What I will do is check the diode around the port and make sure that that's okay, because they can often go shot, can't they? Let's check and see that our short is definitely gone. So there was a few caps around here, wasn't it? Now, technically, what I should have done is check this whilst the chip was off, because if that short has now come back, I'm going to have to most probably remove the chip and see what's going on. So I think it was here, right? 29. So that is, it seems to be shorted, but the board is still very hot. 31, it's climbing. It was this one as well, wasn't it? So the short's gone from here, look. We've got open light. Oh, you guys can't even see. So I'll go back to here, look. So I've got 41. Again, it's on the climb. If I measure here, open line, here, 43, here, 44, here, 46. It seems to be rather low. But again, it could just be because of how hot the board is. 49, it is climbing slowly. That one's just on the cusp. It's 50 now. Okay, let's just give it a little bit of time and I can check some areas around the port itself. Port seems to be okay. That's factory. Obviously, it's not been opened before, has it? Let's check this little cap here. That's all good. This cap, all good. This diode on the back is something I'm going to have to check. Okay, let's measure this in diode mode just to make sure. Ground the red probe here. I'm just going to check this side. 0.5, so 0.6 that side. And what do we get here? Open line. You get 0.32 there and nothing here. Why do I get open line there? Am I meant to get open line there? What about this diode? 0.53, that's perfect. That's ground. That's kind of weird. 0.6 and then open line. Let me check and see what I get in diode mode on the donor board. I get open line here as well. Maybe I meant to go open line. That is strange though, because that usually means it like no connect. Now, I'm pretty sure the reading on the HDMI chip on the caps that we had is meant to be around about 200 ohms, which is why when they were below the 50 ohms, it was beeping. So if I go back to continuity mode here, let me measure them now that the border's cooled down a little bit more. Have we gone back up to that 50? Well, let's say I'll be happy at the moment with like 120. 150, perfect. Okay, so it was beeping before because it was under 50 ohms. Look at that, 160, 163. It's climbing back up. That's really, really good. And I think that area is meant to be open line that I've just measured. 168. All of these caps are measuring fine now. So that's good. Okay. The filters themselves, yeah, we can test the filters. I see a couple of people saying test the filters, test the filters. Let's have a look. So a filter should measure continuity vertically, not diagonally. So let's measure here. That's good. We don't get anything here. Through here, that's good. Do we get here and here? We do. Here and here? Nope. That's good. Here and here? Good. Here and here? Nope. Here and here? Good. Here and here? Good. Here? Good. Good. That checks out to be all A-OK. I think, honestly, we are ready for a test right now. What a crazy fix that will be. What a great fix that will be, to be honest. 3, 2, 1. Wait for it. Wow. Just like that. I need to make sure this HDMI encoder is actually okay and that we get a display. First of all, please turn to a white light. We're probably going to get 3 beeps, I imagine. So it's gone to a white light. The console is probably saying now, storage, check, and it's probably going to restart. Let me check. There we go. just as I reach out my arm to change the display. So now it's restarting. There it is. Music to my ears. There we go. PS5 was not turned off correctly. Right, I can turn this off now. Taking this apart and putting it back together takes longer than the actual fix. Go again. Always takes 2. By the way, HDMI 1. Here we go. Is it going to lock? We should see HDMI 1. Yep. And do we get the display? Come on. There it is. Just like that. PS5 fixed. You can also see me up here as well. Jubbly. And just like that, we managed to fix this person's PS5. They actually did confirm later on in the Twitch chat as well that the monitor they had, which was a 4K gaming monitor, was fried. So the power surge itself wasn't directly through the AC power, which then went into the console, but more so it went through the monitor, through the HDMI port, and that is what fried the HDMI encoder chip. How interesting. But glad I was able to get that one fixed. Another free repair done, and hopefully another happy owner. Again, thank you, Damien, for reaching out and sending me this PS5. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and as always, I shall see you in the next one. Peace.